The LEAP Podcast presents Morals, Moments, and Memories. LEAP is a program of resource, a nonprofit community enterprise dedicated to meeting community and individual needs by education and job skills training, environmental stewardship, and economic opportunities. This podcast was made possible through collaboration with the Division for the Blind and Visually Impaired, the Delta Gamma Foundation, and the Vermont Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. What would you say to your younger self? Would you talk about the past, the present, the future? What was a pivotal moment in your life? Did you take anything out of it?
My name is Abshiro Ibrahim. I am 18 years old and I am from Burlington, Vermont. It's like an interesting idea to think about your younger self and what you would say to your younger self and everything and how life has been going, and it makes me think about stuff. I know some things that I would say, I would tell her what I'm doing now as my 18-year-old self, and then things that I'm gonna be doing in the future, and things about how much I've changed, or things I could have changed in the past, and how things are different than they were back then. When I was younger, I wanted to do a lot of different things. Whenever someone asked me, I'll be I don't know, maybe I'll be a teacher, an art teacher, or I wanted to be a chef because I like food. And as I've grown up and I've been thinking about it, I still have a couple ideas, but I don't really exactly know what I want to do in the future as a future job. I am going into college with a business major, and I'm gonna see where that takes me. But in the future now, I might want to do something with business and also art at the same time, mix that together somehow. Maybe interior design. I did do an internship at an interior design place, and that was really cool. So something like that maybe. So my career goals have changed a lot. No one really cares about the things that you care as much as you think. The clothes you wear, or the kind of music you like, or what kind of food you eat. Those are things that I tried to do what everybody else is doing, what everyone else is wearing. I mean, it's cool to be unique, be different. Don't procrastinate, no matter how hard it is, and you just want to not do that thing and do something else. Don't do things at the last minute, even if it's hard, because it'll be so much less stressful and it'll be so much better when you get it done, because then you'll get more things done on time and you'll be stress-free. Also, I would tell myself, in high school or in middle school, even though you didn't like sports, that wasn't the only thing. You could have joined other clubs or done some more extracurricular activities instead of just staying home. Overall, I would tell myself, take every opportunity that life gives you. And again, I know this is easier said than done, but don't procrastinate on things. Enjoy life in general.
So I'm going to be talking about the day that changed my life. My story is going to be about the day that my grandfather died. Well, leading up to the day of his death, he had been in the hospital for a couple months. I had just gotten back from the LEAP program, and something apparently imploded in his brain. He was basically incoherent for the time he was in the hospital. It was the day he died.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. That must have been really rough on you. Can you tell me what was going through your head on the day of his death?
It was strange because it was the middle of the night and I woke up to a phone call, and I really just for some reason I knew it was it, because they always say that if you get a phone call in the middle of the night, it's probably nothing good. So I just had that feeling, and that night, even before the phone call, didn't feel right in general. There was just something about that night, I don't know what it was. But after that, I was just not particularly in a state of shock because of what had happened. I actually knew it was going to happen. I was in a state of shock because of I had never dreamed of the day that I would lose him.
Yeah. Definitely. Were you like at all maybe angry or upset or disappointed that maybe something could have been done to prevent your grandfather's death?
I mean, I'm 16 at the time, and I'm not a medical professional, but I think that they could have done a bit more. And when I say they, I mean the doctors. I think they could have done a bit more, closer examination, go a little bit deeper than just looking at like the surface of, his brain, because he's had migraines for a long time. So I felt like something else could have been done, or maybe just a little bit more. I couldn't really say I was upset or angry, because I didn't know. I just accepted it at the time.
Right. Were there any ways that helped you cope with his death?
Yeah, his sisters come every year to the house, and we kind of talk about stories of him, whether it was me talking about my childhood with him or them talking about their life with him. One of my favorite stories to tell was kind of a funny one. It was kind of when we were about to go ice fishing. We both got locked out of the car because we were kind of confused on what had happened, and apparently we both did something. He didn't bring the keys and I didn't unlock the car, so we eventually had to just smash the window.
That is pretty funny.
Do you still feel like, in a way, that your grandfather is here with you still?
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel like he's always here with me. There was actually a time where he actually pulled me off of a busy highway after I kind of twisted my leg, and it was kind of like his spirit. It was like I look around and there he is, and I look at the highway and I look back and he's not there anymore. So he's shown me proof that he's there, so I know he is.
Wow. Yeah. And no doubt, I'm pretty sure your grandfather is still watching over you, and I'm sure he's pretty proud of you. Out of all of this, do you maybe think differently of your grandfather than you did before his death?
Definitely. I think of him in a better way now. I appreciate what he did a lot more, and obviously I have somewhat of a regret that I didn't appreciate him as much in life, but since I do know that he's looking down over me, I know that he acknowledges that I appreciate everything he did for me. I just think of him in a better way now.
That's great. Out of all of this, would you say there's a lesson that you would want the audience to know?
Yeah, just appreciate what you have, because someday it might not be there anymore. And I mean, obviously your grandparents are not going to be around for the entirety of your life, but it's still heartbreaking when it does happen, so appreciate anything and anyone.
Definitely. We tend to take life for granted. Life isn't always going to be that long. Thanks for sitting down and talking with me today, Howie.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I like to reflect on things. And, everything in life happens for a reason and a lesson. Talking to the younger Alec would be like me, like one of my parents giving me a lecture, or a teacher giving me a lecture. What I've learned from my mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, and you're gonna mess up, but you gotta know how to go on from that mistake. You got to learn how to make a lesson out of it. I'm more serious. I'm more willing to do stuff. I wish I would have done more stuff with friends. I also wish I would have done more stuff with my grandparents. I wish I would have known the stuff that I know now. I had a friend named Ryan. I wish I would have spent more time with her. I had another friend in elementary school, and I wish I would have spent more time with her. I wish I would have spent more time my mom, but we would have gotten closer than we are now. I mean, we're me and my mom are close, but I think we'd be more closer if I would have spent more time with her. Back in 4th grade, I wrote a poem about one of my friends. He gave me permission to write a poem, and I decided to take it up a level and put in a thing that wasn't true. And I think on it now, and I wish I wouldn't have done that, because back then was an impact on me of who I was, and it wasn't any one of the nicest things I've done. Another thing that I regret is I lied to my mom a lot when I was little. Yeah, this one incident, I told the teacher, told my gym teacher, I told my gym teacher that my mom thought he was hot.
So that was a big thing that I remember as a little kid.
But I think the most important thing I've learned from making my mistakes is keep making mistakes, because you're gonna get it right one of these days. And if you don't get it right, keep trying, because it takes time. You're gonna make mistakes in everything you do, but you just gotta learn how to transition from that mistake and turn that into something positive. If the 40-year-old Alec was to write to me, I would want to know, what is my family gonna be like? Where am I gonna be when I'm 40 years old? Another thing too is, what is my postcard to the current me gonna look like?
Mostly I was scared, depressed, angry. I just lost most of my vision, and I didn't know, really. I was overwhelmed with these emotions. I was thinking to myself, why did this have to happen to me? Could I have done anything to prevent it? Mostly just anger, fear, maybe a little bit sad. So I had 3 roommates in my dorm, but the one who probably helped me the most through this situation, her name was Fawad. She was always checking up on me, making sure that I was okay, getting me anything I needed. And she was also an encouragement to me to never give up, that it's totally not the end of the world like I was making it seem like. So I think if it wasn't Fawad, I probably wouldn't be able to really handle it on my own. My parents, I think they were confused. They kind of didn't know why it happened to me. They didn't know what to do because they thought it would never happen to me. So I kind of had a little bit of a relationship problem with them because they think I was making it seem more dramatic than what was really going on. But they were still always there for support for me. They were no doubt what was going through their head was like, why did this happen to my child?
This decade, I really haven't had many dreams or aspirations. Miles Rolfe. I am 18 and I'm from Lyndonville, Vermont. I feel like it's a cool topic because of the idea that you can talk to your younger self. Because if it was possible, it'd be something to be interested in, because then you can kind of polish your life the way you want to, which is not really possible, but that's kind of why I like it, because it's kind of like a superpower. What's going on, Miles? And I'd be like, you're not where you want to be. I would just want to kind of give myself more of a goal, because then I would be going through all the same struggles, but I'd have an end goal, and I think it would help me grow as an individual. When I was younger, like really younger, I dreamed of being a truck driver. I've lived in the same probably 10 miles-ish my whole life. You're not where you want to be. I feel like I didn't do my due diligence. I can work today to build a foundation. To the younger Miles, let's say it's alright. Don't sweat the small stuff. I feel like if I were to have taken more of the opportunities in front of me, I might be in a different situation at this point than I am now. When I was younger, and still maybe to this day, my parents were trying to find answers to why I wasn't the most successful in school, and they, instead of trying to figure it out at first, they were blaming the schools, and so I'd switch from school to school, not really like that, but I went to, I think, 4 different schools from 1st to 8th grade. If I were to tell myself everything that is going to be difficult and everything that I'll encounter and all the answers, it would be almost like easy for my younger self, and that you don't grow from just kind of like sleeping through everything. I think my memories of hunting camp are pretty fun. Spending time with my family, sitting by the hot fire, and just kind of listen to stories that my family told. It was always around the holidays, and so it was a really festive and fun time, spending it with my cousins. I won't forget those memories. I would be happy if I could go back to those times, They kind of few worries to be had. Don't wish your time away. A lot of things may seem boring, hard, or tedious, but you can't get your time back, and all time spent on anything is in a way meaningful time, and you're not enjoying it if you're thinking about other things you could be doing. So take in every moment and have fun.
This class was made possible by Ali Fuddy's dedication as classroom facilitator, Sue Schmidt's storytelling skills, Emily Stigliani and the Burlington Free Press's interviewing expertise, Sophia Trigg's podcasting knowledge, Bill Simmons' audio and editing advice, Ken Picard's insight on journalism, and Ali Perry's creative guidance. Financial support was provided by the Delta Gamma Foundation and the Division for the Blind and Visually Impaired. To learn more about the LEAP program, please visit www.resourcevt.org.